ineffective completely. So it'll be interesting to see how they go, the Swans, here on a tactical basis. It looks as if it is going to be man on man, and I think that's their only way home.
Well, they've made another change too, Sydney. They've sent Heath Grundy forward, which means Matten has gone on to Miller, and Johnson is now playing on Riewoldt. So there's a tactical move from John Longmire.
Well, to play man on man, the Swans are going to have to reduce their numbers in the forward line, because the Tigers, almost as a matter of course, will play +1. At this stage, O'Keefe is by himself loose.
Grundy was recruited as a forward by the Swans initially. Big second half this in the context of the season for these two teams. Cochin takes off. Nahas held up. Back to Cochin. Short to Riewoldt.
How good's that kick off one step off your opposite peg? That is great stuff, Trent Cochin. They've got to get him to use the ball more often.
That last 15 seconds, you'd show that to every kid how to play the game. Shrug a tackle, take a strong mark.
It's also about give the ball to the blokes that can use it in.
Riewoldt has two. He's tucked into the gutter for the perfect start to the second half for the Tigers. Lead by 32. He opens up the angle, and he never really gives it a run. If you've joined us late, the biggest lead the Tigers have had today, 41 points. And right now, it stands at 33. And there's the example you were talking of.
2 goals, 3 now to Jack Riewoldt. The Swans go long to the outer side. Off hands, Jack. Great front and square play. Tremendous smother coming through. White slams it on the boot. Parker.
No, they've got numbers back. Just mopping everything up nicely, the Tigers.
D, who's been a very good offensive defender tonight. Grimes. The skipper, Newman.
Yeah, I worked it nicely there. Just held the ball, got the release player.
Nahas has opened up. Martin wants it short.
He's just taking a bit of time, which allows O'Keefe to get behind the ball, so you've got to hit that short, get up target.
Delidio, the 1-2 with Nahas, to the pocket they go. Easy pickings for the defenders on that occasion. Johnson slams it to the boundary line.
And I think I wound the clock back about 10 years with that substitute, Trent Dennis Lane, not Trent Orman Allen. I think that I got that one completely
He was happy to get a run, though.
We'll let you go on that one, but, well, if you're a good Catholic boy, confessions taken there, mate. To our fathers for you. I think Tyson Lane got a mention earlier tonight as well, so we've been a bit of a retro call at times. And it's retro for the Tigers because it's been a long time since they've dominated a game on the big stage like this. Kennedy around the body for the Swans. They need to get something going now.
Well, this is perfect for Richmond. If the Swans allow Chris Newman to be the loose in defence, he'll set things up all day.
Has Shorts on, decides to go long and strong and kicks it up from behind. Jack goes early, and a good mark taken by Teddy Richards.
Yeah, great mark by Richards, but you don't mind seeing Riewoldt fly. He is a jumping, flying player, so he's got to start getting back to what he does best.
O'Keefe to the outer side to Jetta, and ran under that a little. Morris, Grigg, they'll set it up again. Batchelor, and he pumps it. Cochin up. Good fist from Richards again. He left his man Riewoldt, and now Riewoldt's got it. Handed it to Miller, stolen by Mattner through some traffic. McVeigh, Bolton, went for Grundy. Good fist from D. Hits the deck, Grimes, and the Tigers will reset. Hooley, Delidio, runs past McVeigh, wobbles a short to Martin. He knows he's beyond his range. His mind's ticking over. Heads to the pocket, over Miller's head, and the mark to Mattner.
They look confident, they look hungry, the Tigers. They don't look as if they're going to sit back on their laurels.
They're pressing right up and playing the game in their attacking half of the ground.
And as a result of that, the Swans try and clear. Good mark by Seaby over the top of Cochin.
No one to kick it to at the moment.
Yeah, that's why they keep stopping.
O'Keefe, Jack, try to conjure something. O'Keefe goes into the middle of the ground. Oh, turnover's coming here. Jack hard. Hooley holds him in, ball up. Now, guys, just on the sliding, we haven't seen one tonight. It's almost, talking about retro football, blokes are actually going in head first.
Well, I think they're just attacking the ball at this stage, and if they are going head first, they're not jumping in with their boots.
I think it's great. McVeigh, Seaby pushes it forward. Kennedy tries to crash through. Nahas juggling, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, shows the ball and kicks long. Beautiful play. It's a 2-on-1 situation. If Miller up high did well to force the contest. At the fall of the ball at Smith to Richards of the Swans. Out wide, Morris judged the bounce. Jetta ran over the top of it. Morris has got it.
Dangerous.
Out wide. It was a beautiful kick, Morris.
Missed him.
Just missed him, did he? Just missed. Grigg marked on the boundary line. Umpire set out in the full.
Do you get the feeling it's holding back the tide just at the moment?
That's interesting, that, because I think one boundary umpire wasn't so sure, and the one that was further away paid it.
Smith to Bolton.
Right in the middle of a dozen seagulls. Somebody's dropped something on the ground they're very interested in.
Kennedy, Everett.
Now they've got Hanbury's just
10-50. Everett will be within range.
So Hanbury's just come off the bench and was streaming into the attacking 50, but won't be needed now.
Well, the biggest margin of this game was 41 points, the Tigers lead, and this kick to cut it back to 27.
The only problem is we saw Andreas Everett miss an absolute sitter in the second quarter at the other end.
Came on as the sub last week to replace Adam Goods. He's in this week instead of Goods. And he delivers on cue. 27 points the margin.
Just been watching Andreas Everett this season. It looks as if
Jared, just hang on for a second, because you called this. That bit of bread was thrown onto the ground from the top deck, and as a result of that, it was like a scene out of The Birds.
There was a Tiger fan just trying to put the Swans player off it.
Great play.
But he's just not far off it, I think, Andreas Everett's just got to keep working. It's starting to turn around. It's been a slow, long arc. But he's got plenty of upside.
So for the first time tonight, back-to-back goals to the Sydney Swans. Their last goal was the 16-minute mark of the second quarter through Kennedy. Everett gets the next one. And they're just inching their way back into this game. Seaby, Kennedy again. Ball spills out to Bird. Bad bounce for Jetta. McVeigh did it well.
Look out.
Short. Now Jetta goes. He kicks inside 50. It's a magnificent kick. Well called, Jared. And the marker's been taken by Grundy.
Yeah, well, you said he pushed Grundy forward, Jason. And, well, he's a natural. Most of the blokes who play in defence have played forward as juniors. But this was a good handball release and a really well-weighted kick.
He's only had the 2 possessions, Heath Grundy. Struggled at the other end, but now gets a chance to get on the scoreboard. Help engineer this Sydney comeback.
Huge kick from 25 metres out. Didn't panic, head over the ball, nice contact, and a big goal for Sydney.
Well, it's a trademark of the Sydney Swans, and that is just honesty of effort. And you would expect, as we're seeing now, that they're going to have a fair crack. I haven't seen them lay down and die in the last decade, and you wouldn't expect to see it tonight, but succession of goals has given them a bit of a sniff. Let's see what the Tigers do in response. Not sure you should have highlighted that Brett, Ed. I think we've got a new habit happening at the MCG.
From 41 points down to 21 points down. And they have the momentum, the Swans. They've kicked the last 3 goals of the game. Seaby and Marriage. Josh Kennedy being held. It'll be a Sydney clearance.
Oh, Nathan Foley thought it was his.
To Bolton, and he pumps it. Everett goes, got hands on it. Newman waited for an option. Conker knocked it on. Jude Bolton collects. Bangs it back in hope. The chaos ball. Marriage was waiting for it. Rance, Hooley, ran into a wall. Handball in the Martin direction. Kennedy starting to have an influence. Got his arms free. To Bolton. Wobbles one to attacking 50. Rance was waiting for it. Kick poor though. Turnover. Hanbury.
Everybody is susceptible to pressure, and somehow the Swans have screwed the pressure lever up, and it's now back on the Tigers.
Ivan Marriage saves the day, but this kick important. The crowd can sense it. Everyone can sense it. This is Sydney's moment. Can they play their way back into it? They're 21 points down as it stands. Halfway through this third term. Conker called to go.
Oh,
dangerous kick straight down the middle. Kennedy floats in and a block from Tuck.
That's a massive contested mark, Shane Tuck.
Sensational mark by Tuck, but you can just feel the tension around the MCG at the moment. Well, Conker leaves it up there a long time. Turnover, Kennedy getting amongst it now.
7th possession this quarter.
The Swans are lifting. The kick from O'Keefe stayed a long time. Bolton, handballs inside. McLean's turned it over. Edwards kicks forward. One-on-one inside 50. Out they come. Delidio tries to pat it forward. Getting back, working well was O'Keefe to Richards. And he comes. The mark taken by Parker at half-back.
And all of a sudden, the Swans are getting more numbers around the contest.
Parker kicks up the line. Seaby has to go hard here. Off the hands of the pack, or was it White? It was White. Well, the throw in.
Parker's back on the field at the moment, Ed. He's got a left knee strapped heavily. I think that he's under some duress out here. I wouldn't be surprised if this was his last 5-minute burst to see whether he can offer something before the substitute takes place.
So Dennis Lane, the substitute. David King reporting, boundary side. That's Parker kicking around the body up towards the forward 50. Here's a chance now. McVeigh, front and square. Second effort, third effort required. He goes off the ground, did it beautifully. Grundy, free kick. Rance. Now Rance has turned it over a few times, so an important kick for him. Stayed in the air a long time again. Foley. And the Tigers get out through the captain, Chris Newman.
Reed's playing one boot on, one boot off at the moment for the Swans, so they're a man down as Conker takes off to the open side. Wide ball, Grimes. And he says, let's hold it on, boys. Let's just hang in there. There he is. He's got the other boot on now, Reed. The trainer came out and gave it to him. Rance, so this kick becomes important. D. Hurley. And it opens up through the middle. Greg. Edwards, Greg. They've worked at the half forward. Long bang. Hoping for Martin. Dumped away from him. Hits the deck. Revolt stayed down front and square. Shuffled it out to Nahas. Gets a foot on it. Travelled 8 metres. Greg. Twist. Turn. Gone. Didn't look like a legal handball. Umpire said it was. And now holding the ball. I think he waited to see if it was advantage and paid the evener upper.
Well, their intensity's lifted, Sydney, and all of a sudden Richmond aren't getting the easy possessions.
Holy!
Acrobatic.
Unbelievable, he's hurt himself. I think he landed on the point of the shoulder. David King will keep an eye on that. Almost the intercept mark. Suddenly the ball's at half forward for the Sydney Swans. Wow, this game is in the balance now. The Tigers lead by 21 points. They've dominated this game. Hooley got through, almost held it long enough, just crunched himself on the shoulder. Looks like he's okay. Throw in. Grigg from a standing start, kicks it. It's a 2-on-1. Rewald comes out. Good play by Richards. Gets it back. Nahas has been lively. Hooley, Jackson.
She's the pressure from Sydney.
He won't get past Bolton. That was dropping the ball surely. Umpire said play on. Delidio now goes forward. Nice kick. Miller's marked it. Too far out the score. He's got Martin in the pocket. He's going to have to beat 2. He goes forward. Nearly does it. Yes, he does, says the umpire.
I think Jetta grabbed him in midair then. And
Wasn't a play, was it?
He's a little bit shaken up by that fall, I think. Got dragged off balance. But all of a sudden it's Sydney now that are getting numbers behind the ball. Have a look at Lewis Jetta here. Takes his eyes off the footy, drags the arm, and that forces him to land pretty heavily.
Just haven't had the perfect matchup down back for the smaller forward that we talked about at half-time. Martin, Delidio or Cochin at full forward. It's had some impact for the Tigers today.
So a huge kick for the Tigers. 21 points up. Martin, their superstar, comes in.
What's kick-started the Swans, though, been 2 blokes. They put Bolton into the middle, and Kennedy started to get his hands on the ball. He's had it 6 times, 7 times, and Jude Bolton's had it 8 times in this quarter.
A deafening roar ringing around the MCG right now. Tiger fans have been in this from the outset. Jack.
And these uncontested possessions weren't available to Sydney in the first half.
The outer side to Reed, and he's beaten again. He's coming off a 4-possession first half, is Reed. And that's after a 6-possession game total last week. He's way out of form. Well played, Cochin. Perfect pass to Martin. Went for the chest mark and spilled it. Mattner in game 100 for the Swans, trying to inspire them. Jetta, Jack, Shaw, White, not the usual runner. Malcheski can roost a long ball, pops the pass, Paulie out wide. Grundy made it his, got his arms free. Bolton to Hanbury. Shaw in the pocket, he's got 3 to beat, can't pick them all. Newman takes the saving mark for the Tigers, and they peel to the open side.
That's the sort of mark you want to see the skipper. Don't leave it for anyone else.
It's open
Be
now.
definitive, and away they go. Hooley's opened them right up. It comes out to Jake King. There's another kick further up if he can get it there, and he does. Now the Tigers are closing on the goal. Jake King's got it. Nahas's kick was a beauty. Jack wants it in the pocket. King will go long to the goal square. It's set up. Here's the big moment for the Tigers. Jack flies early, off hands. Delidio misses it across the goal face.
No defensive pressure now. Swans with numbers to run it out.
Johnson, O'Keefe, they get to the corridor. Malcheski, up they go again. Hanbury, dangerous, looks up, has a lead at centre-half forward. He goes with it, and it's a beauty too. Off hands, couldn't hold the mark. Picked up by Tuck, finally gets the handball working, concedes some ground, and the Tigers are able to just hold their composure as Dees has it at centre-half back.
Game being played at fever pitch right now. Jackson, it sits on him. Seavey makes the contest, but he falls, hits the deck. Good attack from Matner, half held, no free. Malcheski got it out, threw it out. Brilliant tackle, and we'll get a ball up on the wing.
Well, that was just a classic contest. I think prior to this week, you would have seen maybe one of those two guys go to ground with boots. You saw two blokes keep their feet, make a genuine contest at the ball.
Marich and Seavey. Marich straight down, but Bird read it to Malcheski, the half forward. Reed finally gets a break.
Both the Tigers need to get back into it. Is Foley, 18 in the first half, has touched it just once in this term.
His kick horrendous. Shaw got a toe on it. Jude Bolton bangs it, goal square. Beats the pack. Everett feeds back. Danger for Grimes. Everett's got a couple to beat. Newman tried to knock it through. Pack forms, 1 metre out. Knocked it out to Morris, to Newman. Open side, and they're away again. In some space, Delidio. Perfect pass. Edwards, no one to go too long. Needs to hold it up for a second. Now he sees the runner. Delidio over the top with his kick to Marich. One hand. Gets and goes. Inside 50 to Rewald. Richards in front. Rewald nudged him out. Gathers. Pocket. Richards got in. Could be ball. Umpire says play on. Malcheski. It's lifted another gear. Delidio. Sent for a ball. Greg.
Boy, there is a bit of suspense in the air at the moment. The Tiger supporters on the edge of their seat because Sydney are coming, but they're still managing to create some opportunities.
Just got a hand on it there, Jack. Might have been a bit lucky.
They need a settler.
He's kicked 4-1 this year. Against the run of play, that could be priceless.
Well, it's a great transition round the Great Southern side of the ground. Finishing up with this little contest here. And just good pressure again from the Tigers onto Malcheski. It was a pretty average kick, not the kick of a senior player. And finished up with the bloke having his best year ever.
Nice helicopter.
We played just over 18 minutes in this third term. The Tigers' last goal coming at the 9-minute mark of the second quarter. It's been a long time. Basically 39 minutes of football for the Tigers to get the goal. They're back out to a 27-point lead. Game still in the balance. Morris, hard as you like. Great play by the father-son. Kevin would love that.
There's a good jump in the centre clearance from Brad Miller. The runner's just gone out to him, asking him to push into the fence.
Look at this again from Morris. Ball up. Jackson tries to smother. Knocked out by Conker. Goes and gets his own ball. Good play. Flicks the handball out. Cochin. They don't argue. Then around the body. Kicks it to a contest again. Every time Cochin uses the ball beautifully. Nahas's tackle was a ripper. Smith takes it to the boundary line. Great football all round.
Tell you a player for the Tigers that's really gone out of the game is Nathan Foley. Now, he had 17 possessions at the 5-minute mark of the second term. He's now on 19.
Short throw in. Seavey read it front spot to Bolton. Trent Dennis-Lane now on as the sub for the Swans. Had his first touch. Kennedy to McGlynn. Tried to burn them off. Handle a little wobbly, but it finds Kennedy. Got his arms free. Jack to the goal square, but there's no one there. Grundy tries to backtrack, saving Mark Newman, and he plays onto the open side again. Grimes.
He's got the nice release here now.
So Hurley, if it sits, can go. He goes, but Jetta's pursuing. Bad man to take on, drag him down, gone. That is sensational.
Yep. That's the sort of stuff that underpins comeback from behind wins. Got a lot of work to do to get to that level, but that is an awesome chase.
Short passes to Bird quickly. And Bird could roost it. He's outside 50. And he hits the square. Seavey's there. Can't mark. McVeigh went for the toe off the deck, but couldn't get near it. Times he was held. It's a behind, and everybody takes a breath.
We did say, boys, that Luke Parker was the player that was under sufferance out there with a left knee issue. He's been substituted out of the game, and as we said, Trent Dennis-Lane is into the game. He has modelled his game we hear on Trent Allen over recent couple of years, but he's an impact player who can kick a goal. We know that.
Out in the full.
These are the mistakes you make under pressure.
Yeah. Self-inflicted pressure on that occasion.
He backed himself into a corner.
Nice little kick coming out from Dennis-Lane. The mark taken by McGlynn. Very quiet early. He's worked his way back into the game. Ben McGlynn. 87 goals, 73 in his career at Hawthorn and the Swans. Huge kick to just turn the screws on the Tigers as we approach three-quarter time. He kicks, he turns, he delivers. The Swans are back in it.
It's a great game of footy at the moment. The Swans have started to really put some scoreboard pressure on the Tigers, and that seed of doubt, Jason, you wouldn't have had it too many times in your career playing with one of the powerhouses, but it is such a skeleton in every club's closet. It is trying to go from the bottom half to compete against the top half, and right now the Swans are under the pump. They still think they can win. The question is, do the Tigers believe that they're going to win?
It's the closest the Swans have been since the opening term. If you weren't with us from the outset, the Tigers did lead by 41. They now lead by just 20. Seavey in marriage. Tuck. Superb tackle. McGlynn tapped away from him. Conker kicks it off the deck. Smith playing well. Nahas, we dropped him into the deck.
Boy.
Oh, geez, hurt too. He's going to have to pick the grass from his teeth. Mackner with a brilliant tackle. And the game lifts another gear.
A couple of heavy tackles there.
Good tough play by Smith.
Gee, that's dangerous.
In the end, I think he drops him onto his own thigh. You see, he's kind of got the leg underneath him, which might protect the head hitting the deck.
Certainly no intention from Nahas to do damage. He just tackled what was there. We'll have a ball up.
It's a big moment in the season for the Tigers right here. We've heard for years they want to play finals footy. Well, right now, these are the sort of games in 40 minutes of footy that determines whether you're going to play finals footy.
With 2.5 minutes left as Cochin kicks forward off hands. Martin couldn't quite glove it. Nahas, busy, did well, got it out the rewind! Hit the post for the second time. And that is 4 posters for the night now for the Tigers. Rewalder's kicked, Jason's kicked 2 goals forward.
Don't want to sound like a broken record, but against good sides, if you don't take your opportunities, it comes back to haunt you.
Well, coming into this round, this was 3rd against 12th on the ladder. The Swans started the season with 5 wins in a row. They've been the hotter of the 2 teams all year. O'Keefe, senior player, standing up now for the Swans. Trent Dennis-Lane, the fresh sub in his first game for 2012. Hanbury.
They're just picking gaps in Richmond's zone defence now.
The Tigers aren't working anywhere near as hard.
Puts it to the square. Tigers have the numbers there. It beats them all and rolls off some fingertips.
Tigers still
Another
working
behind.
hard when they've got the footy. It's when they haven't got the footy, it's just getting back in the transition phase just to add some pressure or just to block up a space that's been the difference between the Tigers this quarter and the first half.
The skipper takes the responsibility for the kick out. The second kick has to be just as good.
And there's no movement, so that the work rate of the first half's taken its toll on the Tigers.
Greg's got it called to play on even more pressure. So he kicks it as long and as strong as he can, but it's coming back, or is it? No, off hands. Martin got it. Richards just couldn't quite hold it. Chips it forward. The charge is on. Nahas for the Tigers. Hassling, pushing, shoving. Boundary line there, throw in. And that is a relief for the Tigers. With 1:06 on the clock, still plenty of time for a score. But I tell you what, would the nerves be jangling for Richmond supporters if Sydney get one more before the bell at three-quarter time. From the throw-in, Jackson goes hard at it. Good play, Foley, Jackson. Delidio. Around the body, need a bit of luck, they're not going to get it. Matner. Here they go. They spread the Sydney Swans. Jack with 45 on the clock. O'Keefe out wide. Hanbury. Next kick important. It's going long, long, and there he is, Dennis Lane, the fresh legs, inside 50, it's coming. Kennedy's got it. Can you believe it? Under 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Look at Damien Hardwick, the anguish on his face.
He'd be frustrated with Stephen D out the far side. He got sucked up under the ball and allowed Trent Dennis Lane to get out the back, take an uncontested mark, and then turn and find Josh Kennedy.
Swans, from being 41 points down, have kicked 4 of the last 5 goals of the game. Right on the buzzer of three-quarter time. In comes Josh Kennedy. He kicks. And he goes. Can you believe it at the MCG? The Tiger fans, they're gone quiet. Look at that. They can't believe what they're seeing. From being 41 points up at three-quarter time, they lead by just 14. And the Swans have grinded their way back into this game. The Tigers have just, well, run themselves to a standstill with 30 minutes of football to come. Oh, what a game we've got on our hands. Richmond, 8-11-59. Sydney, 6-9-45. The Swans have kicked 5 of the last 6 goals of the game to be back in business at the MCG.